Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of corporate jargon and financial speak. Today, Voya Financial Inc. is dropping some news, and let's just say they're giving us a little peek behind the curtain on how things are going. Alright, so what is the big news? Voya Financial Inc. is letting everyone know how they did financially for the last few months of 2025 and for the whole year. Think of it like a report card for the company. They are a big player in the financial services world, dealing with things like retirement plans, investments, and insurance. They're known for their services to help people plan for their future, especially for retirement. Now, they are telling us about their common stock, which is like the basic ownership share of the company, and also about their depository shares. These are a bit more complex, representing a small piece of preferred stock, which is another type of stock with different rights. The company we're looking at is Voya Financial Incorporated. They're incorporated in Delaware, which means that is where they are legally set up, and their main office is in New York City. They've got quite a number to call if you ever need to reach them, but that is not really the juicy stuff we're here for. What is really interesting is to see how their stock is doing. They have common stock trading under the ticker symbol Voya on the New York Stock Exchange, and also these depository shares which trade as Voya RB. These represent a piece of their preferred stock, specifically a 5.35% fixed rate non-cumulative preferred stock. Here is where we get to the core of it. Voya Financial is reporting their results for the 3 months and the year that ended on the 31st of December 2025. This is the financial deep dive we've been waiting for. They've released a press release detailing these results, and it is basically included as an exhibit for everyone to see. When they say furnished, it means it is being provided, but it doesn't have the same legal weight as if it were filed in some contexts. They're also holding a call on the 4th of February 2026 to chat more about these results. This is a common practice for companies to explain their performance and answer questions from investors and analysts. You can usually find more detailed info on their investor relations website. They've also put out a quarterly investor supplement. Think of this as a more in-depth look at the numbers, giving you an even clearer picture of the company's financial health. This document for the quarter ending the 31st of December 2025 is also being furnished with this report. Beyond just the raw numbers, they've also made a slide presentation available. This is what they'll use for that conference call we mentioned. These slides usually break down the key points and provide visual aids to help explain their financial story. Both the press release and the investor supplement can be found on their investor relations website. This is where the company shares all important information with the people who own or might want to own their stock. So, what are we looking at in these materials? The press release itself is the first key item here, giving us the initial announcement of their financial performance. Then you have the quarterly investor supplement, which is crucial for digging into the nitty-gritty of their financial statements. This is where we can really start to pull out the important numbers. And finally, there is the cover page interactive data file. This is essentially a digital format that makes the information more accessible for analysis, especially for investors and financial professionals who use software to process these reports. Now, let's really dive into what these results might mean. While this filing itself doesn't contain the explicit financial tables within the provided text, the fact that they are reporting these results means they've released that detailed information through the indicated exhibits, the press release, and the investor supplement. In reports like these, the company is essentially laying out its financial scorecard. We'd typically be looking at things like revenue, which is the total money they made from their business operations. We'd also look at net income, which is their profit after all expenses are paid. For Voya, in their specific business of financial services, we'd want to see how their different segments are performing. Are their retirement solutions growing? Is their investment management arm bringing in more assets under management? Are their insurance businesses stable or experiencing growth? Any significant changes in these areas tell a story about their strategy and market position. For instance, if their revenue from retirement services has jumped a good percentage, that could signal strong demand for their plans or successful sales efforts. On the flip side, if their investment management fees are down, it might suggest that market conditions are tough or that they are losing clients to competitors. We also pay close attention to their efficiency ratios, which show how well they are managing their costs relative to their income. A key thing to consider with financial services companies is how they handle their assets and liabilities. Are they growing their investment portfolio? How are they managing their debt? These are critical factors in understanding their financial stability and potential for future growth. When we look at a company like Voya, we're also thinking about the broader economic environment. Interest rates, market volatility, and regulatory changes all play a huge role in how well a financial services company can perform. For Voya, given their focus on retirement, demographic trends like an aging population are a long-term tailwind. However, economic downturns can impact people's ability or willingness to invest in retirement products. So there is a constant balance they have to strike. Looking at the structure of this report, they are clearly highlighting their financial results. This is the heart of these types of filings. The fact that they are issuing a press release and a detailed investor supplement means they are providing the specifics that investors need to make informed decisions. The dates mentioned, the 3rd of February for the report and the 4th of February for the call, show they are providing timely information. Now, assessing the company's direction based on this filing, we'd need to see the actual numbers from the press release and supplement. However, the act of reporting these results and providing a conference call and detailed supplement indicates a commitment to transparency and communication with the market. This is generally a positive sign. The risks for a company like Voya would include market downturns, regulatory shifts that could impact their business model, and competition from other financial institutions, including new technology-based platforms. Opportunities likely lie in leveraging their existing customer base, expanding into new markets or product offerings, and continuing to innovate their digital services to meet evolving customer needs. In conclusion, Voya Financial Inc. is providing a snapshot of its financial performance for the end of 2025. The details within their press release and investor supplement will tell us if they've had a strong finish to the year, or if there are areas that need improvement. Based on these filings, Voya appears to be actively managing its business and communicating its performance to stakeholders. The real story, however, is in the specific financial metrics they've released, which we'd need to analyze from the accompanying exhibits. Alright, that is our breakdown of Voya Financial's latest update. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. And don't forget to check out our Discord community, linked in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching. See you next time.